Hey, welcome to PSC 101, Introduction to American and Nevada Politics and Government. My name is Francis Carlton. I'll be the instructor for this summer of 2022. This is separate from, but linked with, that intro video on the syllabus. This is more specific to Canvas, how to navigate Canvas to make this as efficient and as user-friendly as possible for you, the end user. And I propose that, by the way. Feel free to give me feedback along the way. I don't take it personally at all. It's only business. So give me feedback. I'm not going to somehow hold it against you in some weird way. I think sometimes students are concerned about that. No rational faculty member would behave in that fashion. Give me feedback. If something's not working, let me know. If there's a link that's broken, let me know. If you're having some technical issues, let me know. Now, I also might refer you to the tech people here at CSN. But reach out. I'm here to help. I'm here to facilitate. I'm here to help you guys do well and learn. All right, that's my damn job. So, yeah, feel free, please. So, Canvas. Now, this is something I feel like maybe it's not possible to communicate this effectively, or just, I don't know what it is. But I do get an awful lot of students who only experience the course through the calendar function, and they don't look at anything else. They're just looking for assignments in drop boxes, right? And they're trying to hit those. And I don't know how else to put this, but don't make that your primary way in which don't make that the way in which you experience the course. Don't do it. It's a terrible practice. You miss almost the entire course. Don't do it. But students will still do it in many cases. And I don't know. I looked at some of the feedback I got last semester, which was fall. I was on sabbatical in the spring. But it was, he'll post an assignment 2 days before it's due. And I'll be like, really? I haven't done that ever in my life. Why do you think that? And they think that, and then they believe it passionately. And I thought, why do they think that? Why was that their experience? And it's because they were only using the calendar function. They were only using the calendar function. All right? So yeah, look, if I have an assignment that I've posted on the homepage / modules page, and I post it 2 weeks ahead of time, and I go, hey, here's an assignment coming up. It's due in 2 weeks. Get ready. Prior warning. There's a week left. You have a week. Get that assignment in. Get ready. Get ready to get that assignment taken care of. Get ready. Now look, in some cases I may have forgotten to post the Dropbox right away. So I might have, in some cases, it's true, posted the Dropbox a day or two before it was due. And then a light bulb went off for me. That's what's happening. They're only looking at the calendar. They're only looking at due dates. And they'll be like, oh my God, a due date just came up. It's due in 1 or 2 days. Oh my God, why would Carlton do that? He's Satan. And I'm like, wait a minute. I sent out announcements. I posted it on Canvas. I talked about it in my videos. I did everything I could to communicate the coming assignment. It might even be in the syllabus. But if they're only looking at the calendar function, they're like, oh my God, Carlton sucks. He posted it a day before it was due. What a jerk. So, now that I see that, I will try to get those drop boxes posted sooner rather than later. But that shouldn't be how you experience the course primarily. I mean, sure, you want to keep a look at, you want to keep an eye on that calendar as one of my many dogs. Sure, you want to keep an eye on the calendar and look at due dates coming up through posted drop boxes. But damn, man, come on. I'm alerting you guys sometimes on the syllabus. I'm alerting through announcements. I'm alerting on the home page in the appropriate module. I'm doing all in my power to give you heads up. But I realize now that I'll need to sync that with when I post the drop boxes. All right. I feel like that shouldn't be critical, but for some students it clearly is. All right. So there's that. There's that. So I'm going to beg you guys on bended knee, really, check in several times a week. I say best practice 3 to 5 times a week. Check in. Look for announcements on the homepage. Homepage, which is also the modules page. They're one and the same. So when you log on to modules, that'll be the homepage. When you log on to the homepage, that's the modules page. They're the same thing. I'm going to set the modules page as the homepage. That's where all the action is. And I had students like deep into the semester, even though I've been trying to say that all along, they contact me directly and I say, oh, go to the Canvas homepage. That's where all, and they're like, oh my God, I never saw that before. And I'm like, oh my God, why not? What the hell? So begging you on bended knee, check into the Canvas homepage 3 to 5 times a week. Okay, you're going to see announcements. The 3 most recent announcements will be right at the top. That's where I'm delivering critical, timely information that you probably need to know. Below the announcements, you're going to see the modules, okay? And I try to keep those super organized. So I think the first one, oh, golly, what is the first one? It might be the syllabus. And in the syllabus module, not only will you find the syllabus, but you'll also find a video introducing the syllabus where I talk and walk you through it. My dogs are out of control here. It's a post-dinner high or something. And then you're going to find like the textbook module where it gives you the information about the textbook. And by the way, yeah, we are using the best practice. We're using the 5th edition of American Government in black and white. But 4th edition, 3rd edition, those would be fine too. They'll be close enough. Close enough. So if you can save some money doing that, great, go for it. And however you want to access that. If you want to rent it online or buy it online or Amazon or Chegg or eBay or the bookstore, it's all good. But it's American Government in black and white. Preferred is 5th edition, but that's going to be more expensive by a bit. 4th and 3rd, that's fine. So there's that. You can find just beautiful I think they are beautifully organized modules on the homepage. But if you're only using the calendar function, you will see none of that. You'll think, what the hell's going on, man? Because you got to go to the homepage. You got to go to the homepage. You'll see announcements. You'll see modules. Okay, so you're going to see syllabus. You're going to see textbook. You're going to see at the bottom. And sometimes I change the order depending on where we're at in the course. So scroll up and down. Scroll up and down on the homepage. There's things like recommended podcasts, if you're into that kind of thing on politics. You're going to find sources for news about Nevada politics there, if that's something that interests you. All sorts of great stuff there. And then you're going to find the preamble module. That's there right now. That's to get you guys started. And you'll see that the preamble module, it covers a bit of what's in our text. Because in that module, the preamble module, I look at 2 different models, and then I demonstrate their efficacy through talking about the Black Civil Rights Movement. So I'm having you read that part of our book first, even though it means skipping way ahead to the chapter on civil rights, and then focusing on the Black Civil Rights Movement. That's just to give you a better feel for what I cover in that module on these 2 models, and I use the Black Civil Rights Movement and what they achieved to demonstrate the value of that model, those models. All right. And then you're going to find there, you're going to see, that's where I'm going to post the current events quizzes. They're going to be, current event quiz number 1. That'll be a module as that comes up. Current events quiz number 1. You'll see within that module 3 newspaper articles or magazine articles or whatever. And then you're going to see the quiz and the due date. And then I'll tell you when it opens and when it closes. So it'll be a nifty module for quiz 1. So that's why you don't have to just wait until there's a drop box or whatever. You don't have to wait for that to know when the due date is. I'll specify that within the module on the home page. You're going to see soon module number 1, where we start to get into the book more, sort of a basic way here, starting with issues of what does it mean to be a constitutional democracy, what does it mean to be a citizen, what's not a democracy, all these really foundational questions, right? Module 1. And then within each module where I'm covering material, beginning with the preamble module, and then module 1 through like module 15, I think at the end, by the time we get done, it's going to be organized in roughly this fashion. There's going to be an introductory video, okay, MP4 file. And I try to keep those as brief as possible. It gives you an overview of the topic. In this case, preamble module, the 2 models. So a brief introductory MP4 video file. And I'm going to get those posted. I have some work to do, but I'll get those posted on YouTube, and then that'll give us closed captioning. And I'll see if I can convert them as well to not just, YouTube will convert those to closed captioned. Those are useful for everybody. And then I'll also try to get, so there'll be the video, then I think the lecture notes. Okay, lecture notes go into more detail on the material within that module. That gives my lecture notes that if I was in the classroom, that's what I'd be using to direct my lecture. You're going to find lecture notes, just a simple Word document. Those are super helpful. We'll see that those are super helpful for preparing for the exams. I draw my exams pretty heavily from the lecture notes. So the lecture notes. And then below that, I think, I was on sabbatical last semester, so I'm a little fuzzy. Below that are going to be narrated PowerPoint slides. All right. They cover that material, the same material, just a different angle, using narrated PowerPoint slides. So right now I have the PowerPoint slides up. You'll need to download those slides to get full functionality. If you don't have PowerPoint and Microsoft Word Suite, we offer it right through CSN for students for free. But what I'm going to start doing tomorrow morning, because CSN it's legitimate. It's just the nature of the beast as an institution, right? They used to have one kind of software to convert those slides into videos to make them more user-friendly. Not fully functional for students, but more convenient and easier with closed captioning. But now we got rid of that particular software program. Now we're on to some other software programs. I'm like, great. So all the things I had done in previous years to get them into video format, that's all gone. So I gotta find it. I'm sure we have some other. I gotta figure out what it is, or I come up. I'll probably have to figure that out. But I'm gonna try to get those slides converted into videos to make them a little more user friendly. And then below that, there might be like an ancillary thing, like a video off of maybe YouTube. So on that preamble module, there's going to be a video there called "Eyes on the Prize, No Easy Walk," that talks about the Black Civil Rights Movement. So you get a visceral feel for what that was about. I think that's offered through Canopy here at CSN's library. So I think that to view those videos, you'll need to log in, and you'll see it. They make it pretty user-friendly. Once you click on the video, it'll say, here you are in Canopy on CSN's library. Give your login information, and then you can watch the video for free, of course. All right, so then that'll be at the bottom, anything like that supports the material. And not all of them will have that, but this preamble module does, because it's such a beautiful video, Eyes on the Prize. And then quizzes. Practice quizzes only. And students, again, sometimes, maybe because they're only looking at the calendar, they don't realize that they're practice quizzes. I think even the quiz itself says not for credit. Those are not for credit. So they're just to help you prepare for the exams. But I will use some of those questions on the exam. In fact, I use quite a bit from the quizzes. These are quizzes at the end of each module so that you can see what you need to get out of it. Stuff that is going to show up on the exams. All right. I think I gave you 3 attempts. And it doesn't matter what score you get. Like, that's not going into the grade book. All right. That's just for your own learning. and preparation. So you'll see that. That's going to be the general thrust of each of those modules, covering material. And again, that's preamble module, and then modules 1 through like 15. And I put those up slowly over the course of these 8 weeks. So those will post periodically. And once we're done with a set of modules and have taken the exam, I'll move those to the bottom, and I'll put the new modules up top as we prepare for the next exam. All right. Yeah, there'll be a syllabus module where you'll find the syllabus. I think I've already talked about this. You'll find the intro video for the syllabus and this course intro video. You will find a module for discussion threads. And you can also find those discussion threads on the left side of your screen, right? As you navigate Canvas for the course, there's going to be a discussions tab. You can also access it that way, but because I'm trying to centralize everything on the home page, you'll also find it there. And it'll say discussion threads. That'll be the name of the module. And then I'll start posting discussion thread 1 ... the 2 models. Discussion thread 2. What does it mean to be a constitutional democracy? Discussion thread 3. I'll talk, some question about the founding of the American Republic, or maybe some question about the Constitution. All right, so you'll see discussion threads, and you'll see due dates. And again, for those discussion threads, 2 posts from you: an original post and one in which you respond to another student's post. And I grade those honestly quite generously. Although it's better if you make posts that are informed by what we're covering in the book and through narrated slides and lecture notes and so on, and these intro videos that I'll post. Assignments. Each time there's an assignment. So I think the first one we're going to have in terms of a due date is going to be current events quiz number 1. All right, so there will be, as I think I said this, there'll be a module called current events quiz number 1. So I have students, again, who are only looking at the calendar function. And they say, oh my God, I see that there's a quiz due. Is that on chapter 1 of our book? And I'll be like, oh my God, you're not looking at Canvas, are you? You're not looking at the home page, are you? Because on the home page, it'll say current events quiz number 1. And then within that module, you will see 3 current events quizzes, articles. And then at the bottom, the quiz. All right, so if you looked at that, you would have said, oh, the quiz is obviously based on those 3 articles. Why would it be based on chapter 1 if it's a current events quiz? I don't know. But that's what happens. That's the confusion that happens when students only look at the calendar function and they see that a quiz is due. And that's all they see. It's out of context. So I'm giving you context, but you have to make some effort to go to the home page and scroll down until you see current events quiz number 1. I'll probably put it at the top just to get your attention. So the current events quizzes will be, each one will have its own module that'll include the articles and the quiz and the due dates and all of that good stuff. So that's why it just makes me crazy, because I put all this work into putting this material up and organizing it, and then students who never even look at that, they just look at the calendar and go, current events quiz number 1 is due. What's it based on, Carlton? Why are you keeping it a mystery? And I'm like, I'm not. I'm not. I've been doing this a while, so sometimes it wears me down. I'm not going to lie. That's why I had a sabbatical, so I could gather myself and recover from that. Okay. And the same for the exams. Each time we have an exam, I will post it well ahead of time. There'll be exam 1 module, and I'll make it prominent as hell so that you can't miss it, right at the top. And I'll say, hey, exam 1 module, this is the due date. It'll be open from this day to that day. Here's the study guides. Here are some pro tips on how to do both the multiple choice and the short answer. And here's the exam. Here's the multiple choice exam. And here's the short answer exam. And sometimes students who only look at the calendar function will go, oh my God, I see there's an exam due. What's it based on? And I'll be like, look at the home page. It's based based on the study guides. Oh, my Lord. Okay. So I'm centralizing pretty much everything on the home page, which is the same as the modules page. You need to look at that 3 to 5 times a week. And then the announcements will be at the very top. The last 3 are going to always be posted there. The 3 most recent announcements. Those are worth looking at. And it's worth looking at the home page in addition, because that's where everything is. That's where it all happens. That's where the magic happens, is on the home page. And all of that disappears if you're only looking for due dates on the calendar function. You feel me? Okay. So that's some good stuff to know. Please give me feedback. Give me things that, you say, Carlton thinks he's accomplishing this, but he's not. Well, bloody hell, tell me. Tell me. I can fix it. This is always a work in progress, right? This is not the Mona Lisa. This is a work in progress. Give me feedback, and if I think it's good feedback, which it often is, I can totally be responsive. I'm not trying to screw people over. I looked at some of those reviews. It seemed like they made it out like I was trying to screw people over by posting assignments with 1 day's notice. And again, I'm just like, and I begged you not to just look at the calendar. I begged you to look at the homepage, and you didn't want to do it. That's you do you. But if you won't look at the homepage, it'll seem maybe sometimes like I'm being evil. So, what's that line from Jerry Maguire with Tom Cruise? Help me, help you. Help me, help you. All right. So we're going to try to have some fun with this, but we're also going to try to do some good work in understanding American government and politics and Nevada government and politics. And I think that makes all of us, because I'm always learning as well. I don't know everything, very far from it. There's a ton I don't know. I learn a lot from my students every semester. But we're going to be here to figure some things out as best we can about American government and politics and Nevada government and politics. And to the extent that we do that in good faith, it'll make us better citizens. Because, democracy is not a given. We've seen that in the U.S. in recent years and around the globe. Democracy is in noticeable decline. It's not just in America. There are growing threats to democracy. Because in some ways, democracy is a messy pain in the butt. And it demands a lot of its citizens, that they govern themselves. And what is it Trump once said? Only I can fix it. America is a scene of carnage. It's a disaster landscape. Only I can fix it. Oh, no. That's not the whole idea behind constitutional democracies, is that we come together as best we can, and we try to fix it ourselves. Right? And we do that through elected representatives and the institutions that they represent, of course. But, don't be buying that line from anybody, that only I can fix it. What the hell's that? That's not democracy. That's ruled by a strong man, or someone who pretends to be a strong man. Never give in to that temptation. It's important that our elected officials govern through institutions. I know that sounds boring, and I guess it kind of is, but that's how you get good government. Not perfect government, but good government. Because once you give in to the impulse to follow a strong man, only I can fix it, you've really surrendered the whole premise of a constitutional democracy. For heaven's sake, let's not do that. Okay. So welcome to the course. And I had a vent there a little bit, just on past experiences. But again, given that no matter what I say, there will still be a fair number that will only experience this course through the calendar function, I will endeavor to make sure that I get drop boxes posted as early as possible. Because otherwise those students don't know what's coming down the pike. Because they're not going onto the home page and looking at the announcements and the modules. Okay. again, welcome, and let's have some fun, but also do some good work here this summer. Thanks all. Take care.